Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in again to this, which is training highlights from the last week out, the last week just gone, which equates to 6 weeks out. So you'll notice that this is not as long as the previous videos have done. They've been around kind of 10 minutes long, this one's only about 7 minutes long. The reason for that is because, as you will see on this video here, what's showing now, we've had Monday and Tuesday, which are my volume days. We basically had a lot of new equipment, a ton of new equipment being delivered to the gym, which is now absolutely awesome. I was more than happy to sacrifice a bit of filming for the new kit that we got in. So you can see we got another rack in, glute ham raiser machine, chest supported row, loads of stuff basically. But did get this one video, which was just my top set from deficit deadlifts. So this is actually a 3-inch deficit. Doesn't look like a 3-inch deficit, but the actual block I'm standing on is 2 inches, and the plates we have at the gym are actually deficit plates. They're 15 inches as opposed to 17.5, so that makes up another inch in diameter from the centre, which equates to a 3-inch deficit. So actually almost fainted there after I finished that lift. They went up pretty easy, but just kind of walked away a bit too fast and had to compose myself again. But volume days were good, hit PRs in pretty much every day, but only got that one bit of footage. This was now 2 days after that last volume day, so I give myself 2 days of rest and was hoping for a really awesome squat session. The goal I had in mind was to work up to double at 270. Now, this wasn't a great day, to be fair. This was a really tough day. Generally didn't feel very good in myself at all, still felt pretty tired. But the biggest thing was my knee. In fact, both my knees were giving me some real grief on this day. Just the tendon on my left leg, it was above the knee, my right leg it was below the knee, and I was just really uncomfortable, and I had to kind of change the groove of my squat to accommodate for the pain that I was experiencing. I've kind of had a lot to think about what's going on in my squat, and I think the problem is I'm just such a quad dominant lifter and lower back dominant lifter that now the weights have got heavier on my squat, my body's kind of reverted back to its strongest form, and that for me is as quad dominant as possible. So as you'll see from this side angle that I managed to get on this day, my knees are shifting forward and my hips are shifting forward as I hit the hole, just in the effort for my body to try and utilise my quads as much as possible. My hamstring and glutes and abs are really not firing during these squats, and I think that's the reason why my knees are in such a state at the moment. But I did manage to get 170 for 2, and I tried to make it the best out of the day by hitting a double at 172. This is something that I only hit for a single last cycle, on my last week of last cycle, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Knees didn't really improve during the day. Usually they do, as they warm up they kind of get a bit better. Didn't really feel that this day, so it was a bit of a struggle. But you'll see this first rep, I do shift quite forward in the hole, and it was a grind, and realistically I shouldn't have even tried this second rep, but I really wanted it, so I wanted to see what I could do really. So as it was, I did get it, but as you can see there, my quads and back are trying to fight over which one wants to do the work, and it's just all over the place at the moment. So one of the things I'm going to work on, and have been working on a lot more even last week or so, is just a hell of a lot more glute and hamstring activation work, as well as some core work as well. And I can already feel it paying off, especially my deadlifts, which you'll see a little bit later on towards the end of the video. After the squats, moved on to pause bench, and this is where things just went from bad to worse. Just was not feeling it today. That set there was a build-up set that should have been like an RPE 7, and it was like at least an RPE 8, maybe even 8 and 8.5. The plan was to go up to 105 for 2 for a pause double. This was the second build-up set, 100 for 2, and I could just feel straight away as I unracked it, it just wasn't going to happen. So this is about an RPE 9 when it should have been really an RPE 8. So just basically called it quits there really. Took my losses, dropped it down, did some work with a bit of a lighter weight, got some reps in. But yeah, generally not a great day. So then we come to Sunday, had a day rest Saturday, came back on Sunday. I kind of ate a fair bit of food on Saturday, just try and get some more fuel in me. Came in on this day, felt pretty good. The aim for deadlifts was to work up to a 210 for 2, but I actually kind of became a bit more sensible during the session, and actually decided to only work up to a 200 for 2. The reason being is simply because I've been doing an awful lot of heavy deadlifting for the past few weeks, and last week I didn't feel amazing. The squat sessions haven't been going super well. For the last squat session anyway, I didn't feel too great. So I just decided to stick to 200 for 2, which I know I can do because I pulled it for a 3 last week. So I was kind of using this 2 rep week just as a little bit of a slight deload, if you like. But it moved pretty well. It felt heavier than last week, to be honest with you. But it moved pretty good. I think my form was pretty solid. So there was certainly some good things to take from it. Did a little bit of a long haul at the top here just to work on a bit of grip strength, if you like. And that was that. So deadlift's done. Didn't do any back off sets. Just literally worked to the top set, and that was it. Then we moved on to competition pause bench again. So this is what I did on Friday's workout, but it went atrociously bad, as you've seen earlier. So I was supposed to do touch and go on this day, but I decided to go back with pause bench and try and work up to 105 again. So the RPEs were right on track for this workout. 100 moved much better than last week, so on the Friday. So then thought, right, we'll go for it, 105 on the bar. Got the man Joshua here to just spot me just in case anything drastic happened. And just give me a little bit of a rack, just so I hadn't to put energy into that. And it felt really good. I focused really hard on arching and bracing as hard as possible. And although these pauses were pretty fast, and I know that, so when anyone says anything, they were still pauses, and it certainly wasn't a touch and go. So, but it went up, and jobs are good, so that's another PR in the bag. So the plan for the beginning of next week is just to run the first 2 days without too much volume, just to again aid with some freshness, and then hit some big numbers at the end of the week. So thank you for watching again, and I'll see you all in a week's time. Cheers, bye.